Good morning to you all. My name is Tracy, and I am a first time YouTuber. Not sure exactly what I'm going to say, but I do know what I want to talk about. It's a very important subject that needs to be talked about in the twin flame community. So if you stopped by and clicked on this video, then it's obvious that you consider yourself to be a twin flame. And what I want to talk about is the twin flame journey and knowing when to walk away. See, that was a very difficult thing for me to do. Well, at one time, I thought I didn't have a choice. Because one of the greatest misconceptions about the twin flame journey is that this is your twin. You all are destined to be together. So, no matter what comes, put up with it. Because this is your twin flame. And for a long time, I had that mindset. And I thought I had to put up with all the crap that I did put up with. Because for the sake of the twin flame journey. But what I want to talk about today is not to focus so much on if you say or feel like you're in a twin flame union, or you're a part of a twin flame. Don't focus so much on the twin flame union itself. Because what the twin flame journey is about, it's about finding you. At least that's what happened to me. My journey began back in 2013. I reconnected with an old acquaintance. And I would say that right away, I was heads over heels in love. It was a connection that was very different than any connection that I've had been in before. It was a very deep, strong love. And I was very excited. And at the time, the feeling seemed very mutual. That didn't last long. I would say a couple months later, all hell broke loose. And it was like, we was like oil and water. We could not get along for nothing. But I couldn't shake it because I knew that the love that I felt was so powerful. And the connection was so intense. So I continued. And as the years went by, throughout the years, we would break up, make up, break up, make up, break up, make up, break up. It was a total roller coaster ride that I myself just didn't know how to get off. Didn't even know if I could get off. felt like I loved him so much that I didn't want to not have him in my life. But I was so unhappy. He was all the time hurting me, gaslighting me, ghosting me, manipulating me, saying things to hurt my feelings, had me crying all the time. And keep in mind, this part I did not mention, this was a long distance relationship. So we very rarely saw each other. I'll say, and people would say, well, a long distance relationship, you very rarely saw him. Why was it so hard for you to walk away? Because of the intensity of the relationship and the depthness of the love. It was very powerful to me. But through all the hurts and the pains, I made a decision that I wasn't going to try to make this man love me anymore. I made a decision that I was going to love myself. That's when my journey changed. It wasn't easy. It was, and I'm going to say this. I finally ended this so-called relationship last year in November. After going back and forth year after year after year. So we're talking about a 7-year off and on relationship. Why I call it a relationship, I really don't know, because the love was never reciprocated. I gave all my heart, mind, soul, spirit, my all to this man, hoping that he'll love me back. And through this time, I went through so much emotional pain and began to feel very insecure about myself and wondering why he treated me the way that he did, and what else could I do to make him love me? Again, the twin flame journey is not about union with another person. It's about union with self. So I began to change my mindset. I began to focus on me. So the first thing I did was, first of all, stop chasing behind him. I think he got a real kick out of me chasing him, pleading with him, begging him. I think he got a real kick out of that. But the tables quickly turned. And he didn't like that. One thing about love not supposed to hurt. And out of 7 years, I can't. Out of 7 years, I can't really say that it was love from the other end. It was never reciprocated. I felt trapped. I felt trapped in something that I did not know how to get out of. It was devastating. But I continued. And it is so much that I can say about this journey with this so-called twin, but I'm not gonna say a whole lot. I'm not gonna give too many details because I do plan on writing a book. I have a whole lot to tell. But one thing I did learn, and like I said, love doesn't hurt. Indeed, I know that he was my true twin flame. But he turned dark on me. I'm just going to say that. He turned dark on me. So if you're familiar with the twin flame community, then you know there's a such thing as a divine counterpart. There's a karmic counterpart. So he turned into one of those karmic masculine. Because after that, especially after I left, he did everything in his power to try to hurt me, to try to destroy me. To even try to kill me. But one thing that was not possible because I am very protected. I am very protected. And I thank and praise God for that. There's nothing to boast about. But I consider myself blessed. Because he, along with others, they sought after my life to destroy me. They came after me in so many ways. But God wouldn't let them. All because I chose to love me. And all because I began to see past all the lies and all the deception. See, my intuition was telling me all along that something just wasn't right. Because if a person loves you, you don't have to pull on them and pull on them and pull on them to get them to reciprocate that love back to you. And that's what I was doing the whole 7 years. Now, I'll tell you, towards the last 3 years, I thought he really had changed. I thought he had changed. I started seeing different behaviors. But no, he knew I had changed. So he knew he had to up his fake game. That's what I'm going to call it. He had to up it. So that I didn't, he knew he couldn't continue being the way he was with me because I had elevated and evolved so much that he knew that those little games that he played wouldn't work on me. So he began to pretend like he was giving to this relationship, so-called relationship. The arguing ceased. We didn't never argue anymore, but I said one day to myself, and I thought about it. I said, no, we don't argue anymore. I said, but there's still no emotional connection. It's still giving me just enough to keep me hanging on. He even asked me to marry him 3 times. See, some people are real good at manipulating, and he was real good. I'm gonna give him a 5 star because he was good. And I fell for his game for many years. And he was never faithful. And I knew it. Me being the forgiving person that I am, a major empath, I forgave him over and over and over and over. But then I had to really look at myself and say, do you really want to go through this? And I thought about that thing. I said, I deserve better. I deserve better than that. I don't have to hang on to no man like I can't do no better. But I loved him. I did. But like I said, I had to learn how to love myself. I had to value myself. I had to respect myself. And putting up with the crap that I was putting up with was not loving myself. I was totally dishonoring myself. Many nights I cried because he was playing games. I called him. He wouldn't answer. He'll call back when he knew I wasn't available. I'm going to share more about that in the next video. I'm going to share how he was able to watch me 24/7. 7 days a week. 365 days a year. How he was able to stalk me and watch me. I had no privacy whatsoever, even to this day. That part has not changed. Even though I walked away, he's still stalking me. He's stalking me right now. And he did everything in his power to keep me from doing this video. I was supposed to be at work. I was going to do the video when I got off work this evening, but I said, no. I need to do it now. Because the spiritual attacks that he was doing, I said, no. I'm going to do it now. So anyway, this is just a prelude of what I have to say regarding the twin flame journey. You gotta know when to walk away. When you're hurting, when you're in pain, the love is not being reciprocated, you're being gaslighted, you're being ghosted, manipulated to, lied to, cheated on. That's not love. But see, the greatest misconception with the twin flame thing is people think because that's your twin that you have to stay with them. You have to stay in that relationship no matter what kind of bull crap is going on. But that's not true. That's what I thought. Because one thing for certain, yeah, it may be a twin flame relationship, but that person still have a choice. Just as well if you have chose them, they have to choose you too. But if you're a part of a twin flame relationship, there's going to be separation. You're going to be separated. And the purpose of the separation is for you to grow, evolve, become the greatest version of yourself. Twin flames don't come together just for the sake of being in a relationship. Twin flames have a mission. They have a work to do. But before you can do that work, before you can give yourself to the world as a vessel of God, you got to do that inner work. Both partners have to be in agreement to do that inner work. I did my inner work. He didn't do his inner work. Instead, he chose lust and money, temporary fame, and all other things over love. See, he you know, in the twin flame community, they talk about the runner and the chaser. He was definitely running because he could no longer manipulate me. And because he couldn't manipulate me, he ran from me. He couldn't hide from me anymore. So it had got to the point that our interaction had got very, 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 very few in between. Over the 7 years, I only saw him probably 5 times, I guess, if that many times. Even though we talk regularly, but towards the end, we talked maybe once or twice a month because he knew I could see straight through him. He could not hide from me. And because he couldn't hide, he ran. But the bottom line is this. He didn't love himself. And if he didn't love me, if he didn't love himself, he most certainly couldn't love me. Because you got to be able to love yourself first before you can love someone else. So don't get so caught up on this twin flame title thing. Yeah, it sounds good. And indeed, I know that a twin flame union could be a very beautiful relationship because it's appointed and anointed by God. But like I said, you got to do that inner work. And even though God will choose a mate for you, God will put you together with this other person, your twin flame. He'll put you together with them. But if they don't do that work, God will replace them. He will replace them. And that's what he did in my life. No, it has not manifested physically yet. But God showed me. And God showed him. And that's why he's been fighting. He's been doing everything in his power to keep me away from the soulmate that God has aligned me with because he didn't want to do what was right. He's doing everything in his power. All type of mind manipulation. He has sabotaged every type of relationship I could possibly have through black magic. Yes, I'm telling it. Through mind control. Anytime a man shows interest in me, they'll do spell work on their mind. so they would not have interest in me anymore. And I knew this was happening. At first I didn't, but the more I evolved, the more I began to see, and the more connected I got with God, God began to reveal more to me about what was really going on, all the things that was going on right in front of my face, how he was backstabbing me the whole time. But like I said, none of the spell work on me because I'm protected. But one thing for sure, I know that all of that is about to come to an end. I had been disobedient for one thing. God been telling me to start me a YouTube channel. And I have to admit, I didn't at first because he was attacking me so bad. The spiritual attacks was just so overwhelming. But I said I don't care anymore. You're gonna have to fight me.